And I'm recording. Perfect.
Anyway,
So how was
big-
everybody's weekend?
Oh, mine was good.
Good.
Mine was good. Um, we had a little bit of snow a couple nights ago. So it's still fighting to be winter. But other than that, we had a busy weekend. So yeah,
Good.
good. What about you?
Yeah, no, the weekend was pretty good. I must say with us, because usually if we visit people, it's in evenings and weekends.
Yeah,
And so with no visiting people right now, we're getting a lot more work done.
that's amazing, eh?
It is, but like this morning, I think I've had a realization that this is going to be hard. And I know, so what I wanted to say this morning for motivation, positive mindset, that sort of thing is um a lot of people are in a position now where they weren't before, working from home. And
Yeah,
Tyler brought up a good point to me this morning, and that is still being in a routine at home.
yes.
So I know, like, pajamas are cool to be in all day long, like, but part of that can wear on the way you think
Yeah.
and bring your mood down. Like if you're not brushing your teeth every day, if you're, just, but no, like, I mean, people don't
No,
have to
I
do it
know.
first thing in the morning
Well,
anymore.
how can you not really get in a funk sometimes with this, right?
For
So
sure. And
yeah,
so just having that morning routine, and even my sister was saying on the weekend, like with the kids, so she still has to go into work every day. And so she doesn't want her kids, because they're 18 and 11, she doesn't want them in their, beds all day long doing
yeah,
nothing. So
yeah,
she set a routine for them now. I want you guys out of bed by 9, have breakfast by 10, doing homework, like have a
yeah.
routine and getting in. So then that way you're still feeling good
Productive.
about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you can't just shut down, right? You still have to get up. I, I'm gonna say because we do the show, I always I get up and have to get all my stuff done before we go on at noon. Um, some days pajama bottoms, but I usually have a bra on at least, right? Like in a shirt. The mascara goes on for the show kind of thing, but um I don't know, because we work at home, so
I
I've
would
always it's online, so I guess
We're more used to it, I would say. Like, we've
yeah,
established a routine. We still are
yeah,
working every day. For
yeah,
the people that this is new, like, I can see how, for the first week or two, you're like, oh, this is like
yeah,
kind of, something exciting to do. And
yeah,
like, I want to be in my PJs all day or whatever, right?
yeah. But
But
now
then
it's
you
hitting.
slowly start to realize, okay, this isn't going to be changing anytime soon.
Well, and the thing is too is that a lot of people, not me, like I can be on my own quite easily, like Jeff and I, or even like when he's working and I'm home all day with the dogs or whatever. I mean, Jordan's here now, but I don't really see much of her. She kind of hides in her room, but that's her norm. But when you're around people all the time, you go to work and stuff like that, you get lonely. Like if you're a person that isn't usually used to being by yourself, then yes, you get a little bit lonely. So
I'm,
yeah, and I
I'm
mean, I've had days where I have fallen into like the TikTok suggested video loop. And it's just like a vortex that takes you down and you can't get out of it. It's like time stands still and you look at the clock and I guess it doesn't stand still. It like goes like disappears, right?
yeah.
I know. And you got to try to get up and do. I mean, you can only clean so much. You can only go
Yes.
out in your yard. I mean, we're almost to the point now that we can start going outside and getting the gardens better shape and all that kind of thing.
Oh, not us. We're not even
No,
close to that. No,
you're on the other side of
it
those things.
snowed all weekend.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
we're definitely, it's on the melt now. We're supposed to have some really nice warm weather coming up
oh,
this week,
good.
so it
Yeah.
should be on in the next few days. But yeah, I can see what you're saying.
So yeah,
It's
it's just getting into a routine where you are, feeling good. You're
Yeah,
still,
you still got to get up and live. You can't just don't take this time to mope. Like don't take this time like as a kind of vacation where you do nothing. Like we're on the cusp of a huge change like in the world. Like we are really facing something right now that we have never had to.
Yes.
It could easily, I was saying this to Jeff the other day, this could be the norm now. When we get one of these bad viruses, like in the future,
Yeah.
this might be the norm. Like this
Yeah.
might happen more often. So,
Yeah.
of course, I'm always preaching, you know, get online, get something that you can do
Yeah.
from home. Even if you're going to go back to work, just have something that's going to actually keep you busy during these times and producing some income. There's so many options out there.
Yes.
So many.
Well, it keeps your mind busy. It keeps you fresh.
Yes.
It keeps you active.
Yes.
Engaged. You know, the excitement is there with starting something new.
Yeah.
Like it just does so many things.
Yeah. Like if you actually have something around your house that's keeping you busy, then you're fine. Like,
yes.
You know, that you get up and you're taking this time, pardon me, while I don't have the corona. I just have a runny nose, which means it's not corona. Bow off. Anyways, yeah, definitely get up, do something. Yeah. I mean, it's okay to take, you know, a few days, but I think if you just lay around and you do nothing and you just watch TV and you're Netflix binging and stuff like that, it's going to drag you down.
It's going to put you in a funk.
It is, for sure. There's no way it wouldn't. Eating, because you're probably not, well, who can walk by the refrigerator now and, you know, I'm used to being home with the refrigerator just, you know, there, but people that are home now, you know, it's tough. You eat out of boredom, you watch TV out of boredom. It depends on where you live too. Like we're still able to go out and go for walks as everybody is, but when you're in a more denser area where there's more people, you know, you have to be a little bit, and there's more, of course, you know, things that you can't do, but
so it's just a matter of like, you can, like, it's okay, you know, but just get into a routine that's going to keep you.
Don't stop living. I mean, you got to get out and do something that makes you happy to keep that, you know, that energy and stuff going. So we have some people watching. Let's get our, Lee, I let it go way too long. Okay. Hi, Dan. Marty's watching. Carmen. Jessica. I hope I say this right. Preeti. Gabriella. Griselda. Carmen says, I've been really enjoying walking around without any makeup or doing my hair. That is true.
Yeah.
Morning, Linda. Hi, Felicia.
Hello.
Happy birthday the other day. Corona Anderson. Now there's a name for this day and age, isn't it? Welcome, Corona.
She is selling jewelry, it looks like.
Looks like it, yep.
Yeah. So I don't know who that person is.
You can click if you want. Go ahead.
Alicia's there too. I don't know.
Oh, hi, Alicia. She just popped on my screen, actually.
Perfect.
So. Yeah, anyways, I definitely think that, you know, we've had a few weeks now to kind of go, haha, I'm just going to lay on the couch and do nothing. Now it's time to start getting, you know, be proactive, get something, even if you're just like sign up for a course, like something, say you have always kind of wanted to write a book or something, go online and find a course so that you're doing something productive in this time. Like,
well, and you can't use time as an excuse anymore.
No.
Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have
time. I don't have this. I mean, parents with like littler kids, you're busy. There's no two ways about it. You have lots. It's hard to entertain kids and keep them busy, but you know, that all happened when you were still going to work. So, you know, you still have to take a little bit of time and keep this kind of, because it'll be mush by the time this is done. If you don't keep something going, it'll just be mush. So. Yeah. So anyways,
I kind of sidetracked with that one, but I just knew I was in a little bit of a funk this morning, so I thought I would. I'm sure people are starting to feel it now. It's not just, you know, and I am a social person. I do like to get out and interact. So for me, I'm really starting to feel it now. So.
Well, and you have family around that for me, that's kind of the biggest thing. Like my aunt and I get together for tea and go for lunch and stuff like that. And, you know, we're just not
doing it.
I'm not going around anybody right now. I just can't afford to get sick right now. And it's out there. Like it's out there. You might not think it is, but you need to be careful. So
for sure.
So anyways, we have Carmen says she has courses. So hit up Carmen.
Good.
Yes, I was saying, Corona, to start a business, and you're right. You're doing that, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Learn a language, Dan says. Always wanted to. I don't know what language to learn though.
Yeah, I started, but I didn't do very well. But that was a couple
I
years.
mean, I still remember some French from school. I could get through. If I had, if there, if I was somewhere and they only spoke French, I could probably get through. But
Mhm.
um,
Mhm. Yeah, be
yeah,
fluent.
going live and having conversations with people and showing the pretties. Yes, do that, Corona, for sure. I mean, stay connected. We don't, just because we can't run up and hug each other, you can still, there's so many ways to stay connected with people now.
Yeah.
Hi, Teresa. You must be home and not by the ferry dock today if you're watching. Or maybe you are at the ferry dock. Linda says, I have, yeah, she has a course, things that she's doing.
And
I also
Duolingo.
have fun with Duolingo.
Yeah.
Marva just joined us. Welcome.
Wow.
Okay, well, let's get talking about our Monday here.
Yes.
So, of course, we always do motivation and kind of mindset stuff. And we had kind of touched on like goals and whatnot last week, right? That's what we started with.
Yeah.
So we wanted to touch more on what we call your why, like especially if you're in business, but it's life too. Like you have goals in life, just like you have goals in business.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to touch on like what your why is, what drives you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Lindsay, you want to get started?
Yeah, sure. So I guess one of the things that you can ask yourself is what makes you come alive? What inspires you? What gets you up every morning?
Yeah.
And work with that as your starting point.
Yeah, like what thing, like when you hit the floor, you're running towards something, like the why is like for me, my why is getting Jeff home full time, being really successful with my online business. My big, having like a lakeside cabin and, just not worrying. I have big whys and big goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking about a why, we're not talking about like a dream vacation or your favorite football team. Like, hey, like say I'm in BC. So like, oh, the Vancouver Canucks, they're my why. Like that isn't big enough. You're not thinking on a big enough scale.
Well, and they don't play every day.
No, exactly. Like we're talking something that's bigger than that.
Yes.
It's your passion. It's what drives you.
Yes.
I mean, I know what your why is, but tell everybody, they probably know your why too, but.
Well, yeah, the kids and
the kids, yeah.
Yes,
the family, the kids.
Yes, the family and spending time together and not leaving to go to work every day to be away
Missing them. You don't want to miss them growing up. You don't want to miss first steps. You don't want to miss first school plays. You don't, there's things that, that is what drives you, is your children and your family, right?
And it goes by too fast.
Yes.
And I find the older I get, time goes by faster. And so having kids in a later life or later on in life, I find like I don't have as much time with them. Yeah. Right? So that's my why is, yeah.
Well, yours are so little still that you and Tyler, because they both work from home, you're balancing, like you need time online with your business. So he's, he's keeping the kids busy and then vice versa when he has to do something, you guys are really in a balancing act. But both of you, those two little boys are what every decision that you guys make is right. That's what your driving force is.
Well,
So
and Tyler has a 23-year-old son too.
Yes.
So he missed so much of his growing up because he had to work full time and they were long hours.
Yeah.
And so now that he has another opportunity, he wants to be there for,
yes,
even though they're small steps, there's still steps that he didn't enjoy before. So,
well, I mean, I was lucky. I got to stay home probably for the first, Bailey's first 4 years and Jordan's first 2 years, because they're 2 years apart. But when I had to go back to work, it was awful. Like it was awful. I mean, the kids, Bailey had started into school when I went. She finally started kindergarten when I went, okay, so at least I have like 6 hours a day I can go back. And I was in construction, so it was kind of, I could do either. But Jordan, she ended up going to daycare and preschool and, so yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want somebody to have to do that if they didn't have to. So yeah, because I couldn't get off work to go see school plays or,
No, work doesn't allow time for that.
No,
Even
exactly.
appointments, if you have appointments, they even frown upon that, right?
Yes, yeah, I know.
Or
So
if you have to take
it's going to be interesting to see how companies and employees, how they react towards each other and different things that they're going to be more lenient with after all this has gone down. So yeah, so anyways, your why is like something that's burning in your belly, like something that if you were going to make a big change in your life, this is why. Like if you were going to be serious about absolutely turning your life upside down to get somewhere, to get to a goal, that's your why.
Yeah.
So that we just wanted to make that.
Want to say too, on part of that is like you want to help other people that have similar whys.
Yes.
You know that it's possible, so you want to help them succeed in getting that too, because you know the benefits of it.
A lot of people that like that we deal with all the time, when they get into like a business, especially an online business or a type of MLM or something, and don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with MLMs. You just have to pick the right one.
Yes.
There are
so many
that are kind of not so good, but there are some that are just phenomenal. You just need to do your research. So anyways, when you get into like an online business, MLM or whatever, part of your thing is building a team, right? Now you're here, you're helping this person, they're helping this person, and it kind of goes down. And when you first get into it, you're like, okay, I'm going to make money. That's all it's about for me. I'm just going to make money. But as you get into it and you see how it's helping you, it turns your idea of having a business around to helping people.
Yes.
It did for me, for sure. So yeah. Just go back here for a second. Did we say Marvin, Debbie are watching? Corona says she loves that she gets to spend more time with her family. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, is just memories and time.
Yeah.
Carmen says, my passion is helping women to see themselves differently from a more confident and self-reflective position. You got it. Hi, Brandon. Bruno, my buddy.
Hello.
He's way across the world.
Wow.
Watching you. So, yep, another one of my construction site buddies. So yeah, for sure. You whatever it is that drives you, like you jump out of bed and you hit the floor running because you want to make it happen. That's your why.
Yes.
And like you say, finding people that have a similar why is really great. Like, because you can just bounce ideas off one another and whatnot. So yeah. So what about the next one?
Yeah, so
my page.
One thing that you want to do is like look at your life right now and just answer honestly, because it's really to yourself, right? Is, does something need to change? Does everything need to change? Or maybe nothing needs to change and you're exactly right where you want to be doing.
And there are people that way.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
And I absolutely when I hear somebody's like, oh, this is just like so perfect and all this kind of thing. Yeah. I definitely have a story about that. I was in a pretty bad marriage, and I finally made the decision that I wasn't going to let my girls grow up with the fighting and whatnot. So I left, and the kids came with me, mostly. They were still back and forth, but that was the first step in changing things with myself, because I was not happy. I was not in a good place. I didn't want my kids in that place. So not only did I do that, but a few years later, like when I was now together with Jeff, who is just an amazing man. I mean, he stepped up and became a dad when the dad wouldn't be. And he was a bachelor, and he took on 2 teenage girls and a crazy woman. you know, he did that. So we really had kind of the same ideas about what we wanted in life. We had the same kind of, like, we loved camping and fishing and all that. So when our jobs were winding down, because we were really unhappy with our jobs in Seashell, we said, okay, what are we going to do here? Like, what's our plan? And that was moving away from a town that I'd lived in almost 30 years, leaving a job that actually pays the bills, moving to somewhere that, you know, we don't know a lot of people. We didn't really have jobs set up, leaving some friends behind that weren't healthy for us, you know, things like that.
You really
it was a huge
committed.
step. We committed, like, we knew that we needed a change, and it's only made things better with Jeff and I. Totally. Like, and we needed to do that. So that's a huge change. I'm not telling everybody that go out and move and quit your job, but that's how big of a change some people make.
Yes. And some people do need to, you know, put all those into place before they can see
there's so many options now. You don't need to be unhappy with any part of your life.
Yeah.
Like, you need to, you know, you need to see yourself as being worthy and, you know, being enough to have a fantastic life. You're worthy enough to have a fantastic life, however you need to make that. So,
and it's not always easy, but if you really want it, you will push through and do what you need to do.
Your why, that's why.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
That is what is going to make you do that. Like, if it's in your job, if you're not happy with your job, start looking at options. I'm not saying just quit your job and walk out because you're poopy. I'm saying start looking into things.
Yeah. And you have to get over the what ifs, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Don't listen to them.
Don't let your fear of change stop you from doing something. Like, you gotta really look at the big picture, the big why of things. And then it might not be the right time to do something like that, but at least it's in your brain and you're starting to, like, take steps towards it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fear has to be put aside. You can't have that emotion kind of running around. So
yeah, it does.
Yeah. And then
looking at what areas you want to
like we just touched on that.
Yeah. Put that
career. If you're not completely 100%, if you're going to spend 8 hours a day, 5 times a week for 40 years, why go and do something you hate?
Yeah. And I guess, now would be a good time too, because if you are looking for a change and you need some training in an area before you can start it now.
Do it now. You have time right now. Anybody that thinks this is over in 2 weeks, I don't know, guys. Yeah. I just don't see that happening. Now is the time to start taking those steps.
Yeah.
Like, it's time. Let's just look here.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen's watching. Hi, Jen. Adam's watching. Another one of my buddies from Seashell. Carmen says, I've made a few serious course corrections over my life. I think it's absolutely necessary to do. Yes. Alicia says, I took 12 years of being beat on and put down for my ex-husband, so I left and got a really good guy now, and I am very happy. I am thrilled to hear that. Yeah. That is awesome.
That is.
Linda says, I've made some really big changes and choices, and not always from a good place. So the choice was not the right one, but every change and choice has moved me up, or has moved me to a much better place. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Change is empowering.
You know, if you had seen me 5 years ago, you wouldn't. I'm not the same person.
No, me neither.
I'm divorced. I have I have 2 kids now, which
yeah.
Just like everything's completely different, but I'm a happier person because of it. So.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been like a joker, and but I put on a really good mask for many years, and one day I just went, it's just too much makeup. Like, I can't put this on anymore. Like, I have to, like, time was just clicking by and I didn't want to waste it. So, that's why I made the big moves. Timing. Yes, I understand. There's a time and a place for everything like that. But start looking, at least if you have something that, you know, you want to do and somebody's holding you back.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do you. You got to, you know, be happy with where you are. You can't be worried about that person.
No.
So, yeah,
Don't
definitely.
control on a person if you stay that way. And yeah, it's not good for you mentally.
Dance is more living. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he says, you need to know when it's time to slow down, less work, less income. Yes.
Oh, I did a complete career change. I took half of what I was making, but at that point I was like, I don't care, because I'm doing something different that's, you know, gonna
there's so many like corporate people who have left corporate high ranking corporate job to move into the online space. Because
I did a little bit differently. I didn't find the online space till after. So when I was in an office job and that was paying decent money, and then I took it for a trucking job with paid less.
But you needed that, like that was
that change to snowball. Like it was a snowball effect. That change started getting things going. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what I would do if I had to go back to work. Like I don't like people like saying when you can do something and you can't take a day off there because, or if you're sick, or like with your little ones, like you can't, no, you have to find somebody to watch them. If they're sick, you have to come in, kind of thing. I don't want that anymore. No. I had that for enough years. So yeah.
So what's our word for the day then?
Fearless.
Fearless. That is such a good word. Hey,
you gotta be fearless. You know, fear controls so much in your life. If you could only just acknowledge it and move past it. Mm-hmm. Like yes, I'm afraid to go bungee jumping, but I would, just to do it, because I don't want fear stopping me from doing something that could be incredible.
Yeah.
And that's with everything in life.
Yes.
Don't let fear stop you.
No.
Right? So be fearless.
Be strong.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
So what do you got? Linda says, you've hit on some really big things for most people today. Sitting down and just writing, what do you love to do? Yes. Don't try to make it come. Let it flow. Letting it flow is the way to find things about you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is big. Your why is your driving force. And if you can find that, you have 90% of it beat. Like if you can just find that thing that, you know, is just pushing you, and not just necessarily in business either. I'm talking about life discipline.
Life. Yeah.
You'll see that they kind of connect. So
yeah.
Anyways, that was fast. Wow, we go through this half an hour fast.
Hopefully that was motivational and mindset.
So tomorrow because we had the Gremlins last Tuesday, we're going to do the business tips that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
A little bit about content on your business page and some business tips.
Yes.
On how to, you know, get more engagement and stuff on your. So yes, thank you all for watching, and thanks everybody that was commenting. It was great to have some interaction.
Yes.
And we will be back tomorrow, same place, same time.
Awesome.
Have a wonderful Monday.
Good.
Be fearless.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye.